a whole lot. Trial, tribulation, but I know God.
Hey, Reg here, and welcome back to the blog. It's day 59 of my 60-day raw food channel. It's interesting because yesterday on day 58, I mentioned that I had 2 days left, but I didn't really have 2 days left because it was early in the morning, and it's early in the morning now, and so I have, all of today and then all of tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it, of course. So I don't even know what to talk about today. It's the day before the last day. Tomorrow I'm hoping that I'm going to just do kind of a recap and maybe talk about my plans for the future. Today, however, I thought maybe I would just spend a little bit of time one, being super grateful. One, grateful to some of the people that I've had a chance to just get acquainted with by following their blogs. The Honest Vegan, who I've been corresponding with. I've been checking out her videos, and she's been checking out some of mine. And I was commenting that I believe she's like in Atlanta, or I think she's somewhere blogging from somewhere like in the South, in the suburbs in the South somewhere. And that I'm this person living in Brooklyn, and queer, and as far as I know, she doesn't identify as queer, but like that our paths would cross through having this interest in vegan lifestyle in common. And I think that's kind of been happening. There are people who are all over the world who are really interested in what is a growing movement. And I'm going to be honest, I really don't know where I fit in. I mean, I may just be kind of a hanger-on or a troll or whatever, but I still think, I'm really grateful for having made the acquaintance of some really interesting people who I otherwise, I don't know if I would ever communicate with some of these folks. Not that there's anything at all wrong with them, but just I can't think of any other way that our paths would have crossed. Maybe that's me just kind of having boxed in thinking. Something else that I want to talk about is, outside of, the camaraderie of some of the really interesting people, and I'm going to kind of list them in the blog. You know who they are. Like, you can see who I'm subscribed to, and that will tell you everything that you need to know about who I've been finding interesting. And then there are also some of the confusing messages that have been coming from I call them the vegan elites. And those are the people who, have lots and lots of followers and just, have a lot of opinions, and some of it's based on science and some of it's based on just emotions and just really strong beliefs. And I appreciate that too. I certainly, my entry into veganism was through people like Freely the Banana Girl and Harley. And although in 3 years I've come to question a lot of the messages that they've put out, I still have to be grateful for their existence, for causing me to even have these questions to begin with. I'm really grateful to Check Your Activism for bringing questions of race and classism and intersectionality into this conversation for me, and I'm really disappointed that Check Your Activism has left YouTube. What's that about anyway? So whatever, I don't know if Check Your Activism, if Rachel and I were in a room together, would we even get along? I have no idea. Probably. She seems like a really intelligent person and thoughtful, and so yeah, we'd probably have some really cool conversations. So really grateful to Check Your Activism, Privileged Vegan, for just daring to be a white person having conversations about oppression and lack of privilege. Somebody who really understands what it means to be an ally, and is showing it in the way she presents some of these ideas that, yes, they're not new. and the fact that people think that she's so cool because she's saying them, whatever, she's saying them, and that's great. It is a little bit unfortunate that people who have been out here for a long time talking about these issues in other forums, not necessarily as part of the vegan movement, haven't been heard as clearly, or the reaction to that message when it's coming from someone who's really, I don't want to say a victim, but the target of those systems of oppression and racism and classism. When that message is coming from those people, it just doesn't get heard. And I think in some ways, because it's just because of the way people have been, I don't want to say brainwashed, but indoctrinated into our Western culture, certainly indoctrinated into American culture, and that's through the media. There's a great essay that was written back in the 70s by a writer, Luis Althusser, on the ideological state apparatuses, and those are things like, the education system, the arts, the media, athletics, our political systems. All of those things work together to keep us thinking and behaving in a certain way, and unfortunately a lot of those systems exist to serve the needs of capitalism. And again, that's stuff that's out there. You can, Google Althusser. His I actually have read it in English and in Spanish, so I know that it's been translated at least into English and Spanish, and I'm certain you can find it in other languages as well. I think he's French. And before people start flaming me, yes, Althusser was, I think, institutionalized as well. And I might be institutionalized before this is all over. Anyway, so I was gonna today was gonna be a lot more critical, and I think starting again from a place of gratitude has really lightened the mood and made this post so much more fun than I think it would have been otherwise. I'm going to recommend my music selection. I've already talked to you all about an album that I really love by Florence and the Machine. I talked about her recently released album. I believe it's called How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. I'm having trouble finding it now, but the song that I recommended, that I highly recommended from that album, was called Delilah. And the video for Delilah just came out. So I'm going to put a link to the video for Delilah. The link that I had previously was to a live performance of the song Delilah. So I haven't even seen the Delilah video myself, so I'm going to just be seeing it today. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, all that said, I hope I haven't gone on too long. This is Reg checking out on day 59 of my 60-day raw food challenge. I hope you have a great day. Love yourself. Peace.
And I love myself.
The world is a ghetto, big guns and dick inside.
I love myself.